Hello everyone and welcome back to a new episode of the Engineer's Guide to the Galaxy. We've traveled far and a little bit too far because we overshot the moon. Moon of Mars is right over there. And you can see Earth and the moon there in the distance. But yeah, we've jumped a little bit too far. And I docked to this asteroid and I wanted to check if there was something here. If there's gold, then I will get some. If there's not, then I'm going to continue towards the moon, and I think it might be about 200 kilometers that way. I'm not sure. So let's see what's over here, and I think I will need the mini miner. All I could find on the asteroid was cobalt, so I'm not staying any longer here. Time to move towards this moon. I do not know how far it is exactly, so let's try a couple things. Let's first try 100 kilometers. Okay, I am quite a bit closer. I would like to be as close as possible to the gravity well, but I don't want the ship to enter the gravity well, so I think I'm going to that asteroid to the top right of the moon. That will be quite a bit of travel, I think. And from there I will take the shuttle. I do want to make a couple of changes to the shuttle, but that'll come later. Yeah, that asteroid over there. And once again we're docked to a new asteroid. This is also a big one. I have noticed that my ore detectors have trouble detecting the ores, so I think that's also a problem due to the lag. But well, no worries. Let's see if we can spot an ore deposit somewhere on this asteroid. So far I have spotted this one, and this is silicon. And chances are very, very slim that there is any gold over here. So that means that the changes I have planned for the shuttle, that's something we can do right now. And I was thinking it would be nice if it had an ore detector. So I want to place an ore detector somewhere. And I've noticed something in the design, and that is that these beams on which the magnetic locks are placed, they aren't really connected quite close to the merge block, and that is a problem for printing. So I wanted to make a little bit of change. Let's see. At least here in the center, these 3 blocks. And yeah, only in the center. And I was thinking about another thing, and that is that even with 8 gyroscopes, this ship, it rotates really slow. So actually I want to remove this block over here Let's remove all three. Because here I've got one gyroscope. And there's another. And I want to add another 4. I think it really is necessary. We have company. There is another hacker drone. And again, it does not detect me, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I've noticed that this is a little bit too open. And I'm not a fan of that. So I can do a couple of things, but I think I just want to close it off by a panel. Or maybe 2. And I have noticed that I don't have any surround lights on the front. I do have those for large spotlights, but there are no surround lights, so I was thinking of placing maybe a couple here on the nose. I want to place one light here, so that's the finishing of that bit. And perhaps something like this. Looks a bit like robot faces. Alright, let's weld up this. Oh, this is annoying to weld up. Alright, so this is done. I think that were all the changes that I wanted to make before entering the atmosphere. There is something that I would like to check, and that is the fuel. I only have... That's going down fast. That's strange. Oh, the engines are on, so that's not a good thing right now. They should be off. I do want maximum fuel before going into orbit, land on the moon. That's one thing, and I want to be connected to the main ship, so that means that I need a laser antenna on the main ship, and probably on the bottom somewhere and on the forward half. Alright, where to place a laser antenna? Somewhere close to these holes, I think. It would be nice to have a clear view of the moon, or I should just land on that half of the moon. Or I will place one on either side. Maybe that's a better idea. Let's see what will be a nice location. Perhaps just here, one here and one on the other side. Another thing I almost forgot was some hydrogen and oxygen bottles. So let's take the lot. Here the same thing. Let's refill that one and then... Oh, I cannot take them all. Ah, that's annoying. They just take up too much space. So that's 4 hydrogen and 5 oxygen. That'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. So I've got ammunition in my ship. I've got a couple of oxygen bottles, a couple of hydrogen bottles. My ship is still on fire. My main ship. I've got lights around. I've got an ore detector. I don't have too much ammunition, but well, I can't hit anything anyway, so that's not a big problem. And this cargo container can only hold 1 bottle, so that's very little. And I've got oxygen in here, so it's airtight, which is really nice. Okay, let's see. The ore detector, this one. Let's name it right now. The range is set to maximum. I can disconnect, and then I should set the tanks to off. Well, the stockpiling should be turned off, and the other ones as well. Let's check the engines are off, so I'm not wasting any fuel. The batteries are full. Let's save. And roll is still very sluggish, but I do have, well, 12 gyroscopes. So first I need to get to the bottom of the ship. And connect the laser antenna. And it worked. So that's done. Let's make it permanent. Let's make it a permanent connection. What I want to use is the Dropship script. I've already added the tag drop pod to one of the control seats. And right now I should set up this one, like so. Run with drop, confirm. This should be everything, but well, we will check in a higher orbit. Well, at least higher orbit. I think gravity well is only a couple of kilometers, so let's save again. And let's go. Not in the direction of the dangerous encounter. Let's go a little bit around. This ship does have quite a bit of power. Alright, here we go. Oh, there we are. And there is a scouting drone coming. Where is it coming from? Okay, let's add a couple of things. Weapons, and I want my cameras. I want a view for all. That's the right one. Where did it go? That was strange. Almost looked like if when it went into the gravity well, it disappeared. Oh well. I really don't mind. Alright, no, I need to stay in this shuttle in the cabin. And let's see, I did want to change something, and I think that's in the custom data. I want a safety cushion, and that is, I want to stay 50 meters above the ground. I want to use drift compensation, so if I have a lateral movement or forward or backward, that will stop. The ship name is different. Let's make this for now shuttle, and I will have to change that for this one. I don't want it to land. Let's try this one. So I have to change this to shuttle. And let's see. There is something on the screen. The pitch is going back to 0 degrees. It is rolling a little bit. And I see that the braking altitude is increasing. I really hope that this works. I don't think that maybe the parachutes do have are useful on this moon. I'm not sure if there's an atmosphere right here. Alright, 1600 meters, and the screen says that we should start braking really soon. 1000 meters. It's horizontal. That's nice, and it should brake. And it is braking. And I am, what is it? 64 meters above the ground. Awesome. And it is still doing something. So landing off. I think I still have a override. This isn't good. Okay. For that I need to add another script, which keeps the ship horizontal. But at least this bit works. I must say the braking height was something about 500 meters. And that is at a quarter gravity. So for the planets it will be quite a bit more. I'm not even heavy loaded, although the cargo container is relatively full. I am still connected to the ship, which is apparently 25 kilometers away. So it was, well, in this ship travel goes really, really fast. Yeah, there was a beacon over there, and that's the only one. I do want to see if they have something useful. And to make sure that I don't waste any fuel, and I think that is the cruise, or the cruise plus. Yeah, cruise will be fine. So if I go to the hotbar setup, find the throttle control, run and cruise. Then it should work. Yeah. We are at a station, and this staircase, it works perfectly. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Oh, there is... Oh, this is a nice bay, actually. And this is the external docking. Oh, really nice design. Let's see what they've got to offer. Contracts, hauling, repair. Oh, which pays actually quite good. The store. What does the store? Oh, this one. This one sells ships. 87 million. And I've got 10,000, so that's not good. But for now, this all works, and there's one thing I do want to test. But for that, I do need to be at the surface again. And of course, that is the ascent launch control. And I'm not sure how this one works, so that might be something to figure out first. No planet found. Is it just start? Oh, I found a magic word. Awesome. Really, really awesome. And we're back in space. Oh, really, really cool this. Oh, I like using all these kind of scripts in order to come to one fully functional, well, in this case, shuttle. And I've been to the moon and back, flew a little bit around, and I still have got 80% of my fuel. The first change I've already made back home. The transparent LCDs, I've placed them lower, and I think 3 will be enough. I will probably use 2 of them for the hotbar controls to show which button does what, and a third one for something else. I'm not sure what. I want to test the ship a little bit more to get a feel of what is important and what is less important. Same applies to the small LCDs here at the mid panel. Yeah. The ship is still airtight, so that's a good thing. And I was thinking it is a little bit safer to edit the controls and program the ship when I'm on a planet. Because on a planet, it looks like the corrupt cannot go there. So that would be a nice change of pace. For this ship though, I need to turn off the thrusters and gyroscopes again, so that I can take the large ship towards an asteroid closer to Mars. So for now I will do a quick check up on all the ships, make sure that they are docked, because I'm going for a little jump again. Another thing that I wanted to do before I go to Mars is to set up the gravity aligner. That's this one. It currently shows offline because, well, a couple of the blocks are offline, and I think it does that automatically because, well, the block is on, and well, it says the gyroscopes are off, and that's true because they are. I need to add 2 commands for that. I do have to find the right programmable block. First one is go, and the second one is stop. So I will start with this one, going to the planet. And when it is at, I believe it was 40 meters above the surface, then that one will stop, and I can initiate the gravity aligner. Then it will stay horizontal. I don't have the launcher set up, launch control, but I want to do something different with that, because I want to start from the surface, and well, this one has an atmosphere, but in case there's no atmosphere, I need to lift the ship up for a little bit before it can rotate with the rear to the ground floor. So I will set something up when I'm at Mars. And that was a bad sound. That's a really bad sound. I think I missed another attack. Question is, there's debris, so damage should be here. Oh no, the debris already bounced off. That's a lot of debris. There are a couple of holes, but I think I already had those holes. Don't see any new damage, so that's a good thing. Laser antenna is complete. Ow. This one too, okay. I think it's time to move. And the gravity aligner is engaged. I think this went perfectly. I am right now. Oh, I was on a slope over there, so I'm right now about 100 meters above the surface. I do notice that my gyroscopes aren't really working, so I need to find out why that is. Maybe they still have an override. And they do. So now they are working again. I need to figure something out so that does work properly. Oh, there's a bit of a slope, and of course my auto aligner, my gravity aligner is working very well. I think here it is a little bit more level. So this is Mars. You can see the alien planet, the moon, and I think that is Triton over there. I cannot see. Oh, and there's Earth with its moon. So basically you can see everything from here apart from Pertham, I believe. No, I haven't seen that one. Alright, well, I must say this entrance, it works pretty well on a planet. It's only a little jump, and that works, so I'm happy with that. I had to stop the auto leveler, so that all 4 maglocks are on the ground. What I want to do right now is, well, close this again, because this will make that this is oxygenated again, and right now I can go into the terminal and fix a lot of blocks, because most of the blocks haven't been named. I do want to name a couple, or I want to name all of them, and set up a little bit more of the ship. I am hoping to set up this first hotbar, and I've noticed that when the Dropship script, when that ends, that the gyroscopes, the override controls, they stay activated. So I'm not really happy with that. And I was thinking of using the easy automation script to deactivate that, and then activate the auto level script. And I was thinking of using only 2 gyroscopes for the auto level script, because rotating it's too heavy when that script is activated. It's too difficult, and maybe I think, yeah, I'm going to add only 1 gyroscope to the group that auto levels this ship. I think that'll be enough, and then I've got 9 to just fly around. I will probably test that while I'm on this planet. If 1 or 2 is best to use for this ship. And another thing that I want to set up is the launch control. And as mentioned, I want to be a little bit off the surface before that script is activated, so I'm going to use the easy automation script for that as well. With that, I will override the thrusters on the bottom of the ship, both the two atmospheric thrusters as the two hydrogen thrusters. Override them, set them to max propulsion for a couple of seconds. At least that the ship is a couple of meters off above the ground. And after that the script will be activated. So that is the plan for that. And for now I am enjoying the quiet surroundings of Mars. That wasn't good. And I've got damage. Let's see. I still have oxygen. I think... yeah. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. The front camera is gone. And of course the solar panel is gone. I haven't got any exterior antenna as a lightning rod. So yeah, that's something that I will need to fix. So I think I'm less safe here than I initially thought, and this storm is hanging around here for quite a while, I must say. The whole ship shook, and as you can see here, the damage is nicely shown. I saw the big red area in the center over there, so I knew there was something wrong with the solar panel. Well, it's I thought it was just broken, and actually it's completely gone. Oh well. In the meantime, I've been setting up a bit of the LCDs. So this is my supply LCD. I will probably add a couple of other blocks, such as the engines, the O2H2 generators, the guns, and maybe the cargo containers to see how filled up they are. I think that's quite useful. Or maybe not the cargo containers, but the other blocks. I would like to see how full they are. And let's hope this storm will leave this area soon. And there it is. The lightning struck through my ship somehow. It did cost me a lot of health. Really, really strange. But let's see what I've done so far. Well, I've got a little bit of extra damage. I've set up these two LCDs, which I think will be quite useful. This will show the supplies of the ship, so it will make sure that I am prepared when leaving the main ship towards an asteroid, a moon or a planet. So it shows my supply of hydrogen, oxygen, the batteries, my O2H2 generators if there's ice. And I think I'm going to change that by let's see, by removing this and add the ice to that part of the screen. And I've got 0. I can add a little bit. Let's see if it will show a bar. Yeah. So I can say I want 1000 kilograms of ice with me, and I've got none, so that bar is empty. And what I've got here is a list of, well, it shows the ship mass and how much the ship can be loaded in the different gravity wells. So I have to calculate this when I'm back at the main ship, and I will take I think a 10% margin, so that the ship has sufficient braking force. And then I'm going to do a little bit of programming for the easy automation script. I'm not sure if it is really safe to stay here. This storm is well, it hasn't moved, and this was the 3rd time I was hit by a lightning. So maybe I need to move away a little bit. Gold and silver. I actually can dig for a little bit of gold. Oh, I might just do that. Okay, I've set up a little bit of the easy automation. A couple of things are standard, such as the dampening on and off, which I do have to set up on this ship. I've got a system start and a system shutdown. This basically works the same as on the other ship. So when the system starts, the thrusters will be turned on, the gyroscopes will be turned on, the exterior lights and the spotlights. The interior lights I will keep on at all times. And at the system shutdown, all these components will be turned off, and the lock command will be triggered, which means that the mag locks will be locked and the shuttle connectors, which are ready to lock. So the lock and the unlock commands are also the same as I used on the other ships. That also applies to the battery recharge and the battery auto commands. And now the fun stuff begins. I've got an align on and an align off command. Basically, this script, well, when it's turned on, all the overrides on the gyroscopes are turned off, and then the script is turned on. And when the align script is turned off, also the override on any gyroscopes are turned off again. And then there's the loud script, which has a lot of text, which I will show later. And I haven't tested it yet. I was thinking of just try it, and not from the cockpit, but from the passenger seat. Let's try this one. Here you can see the door to the exterior. And well, let's run to the script real quick. When it starts, it writes on this LCD to the right, next to the door to the cockpit. It shuts all the doors. It turns the dampening of the ship on. It triggers the system start if the ship isn't turned on. The batteries will be set to automatic. The mag locks will be turned off while they are unlocked, same as for the connectors. The alignment script is turned off because, well, it's possible that it's turned on. And then it starts its launch sequence with delays of a second. And then there's an override on our thrusters for 10 seconds. Then the override is turned off, and then the launch script is started. Well, at least that's the plan. I'm really curious if this is going to work as I have planned. So I take this command and just fill it in here, and I will run it. And there's something missing. Oh, that's a shame. There's a bracket missing. Okay, I will find out what's going wrong and... Oh, of course. It's a little bit more complex than you would think, because it needs to refer to the LCD and launches between brackets, because that's the command that's in this LCD. So if I run, then there is a bug. Alright, I will try to figure out what is going wrong. Alright, I think I figured it out. It took a lot of testing, and as you can see, quite a bit of fuel. So I have gathered some ice. The O2H2 generators are relatively slow. I've got about, well, 25,000 kilograms of ice on board, and the tanks are about 70% full, almost. It should be enough. So, as you can see, the door is open, my dampeners are off, the landing gears or the mag locks are locked, and I've done that because, well, there's a weird bug that the front dampeners, they go through the surface and then they stick behind it. It's a weird voxel bug, I think. There is one thing I do want to change. Because this only needs to be 5 seconds, I guess. So running through the script. First there's a prepare part. So it will mention things on the LCD internally. It shuts the doors, turns the dampening on, starts the system, sets the batteries to automatic, unlocks the landing gear. It still turns off the alignment script, and then it starts the countdown. Well, the countdown is literally the countdown in the LCD. And then there is the takeoff part, which sets the override to the upwards thrusters to 600,000. Well, they don't go to this value, but I've noticed that if I use 5, that I it was either the atmospheric or the hydrogen thrusters. They didn't go to their max value. And after 5 seconds, it should be high enough. It will set the overrides back to 0, and then it will run the launch control script. Maybe I want a small delay in between. Yeah. And theoretically, this should work. So let's watch from within. Go to the LCD or to the script, and doors are closing. The countdown is started. Oh, this is very exciting. And there we go. Okay, that was a little bit weird, but it works. Oh, alright. I still got 64% of my hydrogen fuel, and there's a lot to refine. So I think I've used about 9 or 10%, maybe, not sure. But the launch script worked, so I'm really happy about that. Now I only have to find my ship, and that's probably over there. So let's turn on the cruise control and get back to the ship. And we're back home. I am going to repair the ship. There are a couple things that well, need some work, as you can see here. Actually, the only thing that damaged this ship was the lightning. And well, there's not much I can do about that with this ship. I think that if I place an antenna, then it will still do more damage around it. So yeah, that is just something I have to live with. Well, I think this ship is a big success. We will test it at higher gravities, but for now I think this, yeah, it was a very successful flight. The amount of hydrogen on board is enough to land and take off again. I think it will also serve the 1.2 gravity at Pertham. I think we will have enough hydrogen for the landing and the takeoff and a little bit of flying around over there. So I will off camera sort the rest of the ship out. So filling up some LCDs, setting up the hotbars, that kind of thing. And the next thing we're going to build is a emergency escape module. And I also want to test that well, at a planet. And I think maybe first the moon. But well, we've seen that this works. I may want to use another combination of scripts for that, but well, maybe I'm just immediately testing it at Mars. I'm not sure yet. First we have to build it. It will be again something that I haven't built before. This shuttle is also something that I haven't built before, a dedicated shuttle. Previous builds were more complete ships that just needed to be controlled by hand. And this ship is almost completely automatic, so that's it was new for me. Yeah, I really enjoyed this build and the test also. The debugging was another story that took a lot of patience, but well, I figured it out and it is all okay. So yeah, there will be a next time. The next time is more building again. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like and I will see you next time.